Hi, this is Glenda. I'm hoping this is the last instalment on my alcohol ink alternatives, and I'm hoping therefore I don't forget the things that I wanted to share that I've learned. As you can see, I've been using up all my samples and making lots of cards. You can obviously do drippy techniques. One thing I did have when I stamped with the StazOn on the photo paper, I've got all sorts of troubles going on here. It actually lifts up everything, a whole layer of the alcohol ink and the works, and I did it several times and I got the same problem each time. So I think the verdict is, if you can hunt out genuine glossy cardstock, it's going to be worthwhile if you want to do stamping. If you're not worried about stamping, it's not such an issue. So even here's one I've done with no stamping. The results are fine. You can do stripes just by pulling your applicator down and go the other way if you want to check. So some of the things I've done, that was a stripy one and I've stamped on it, but that one wasn't as detailed a stamp and it hasn't been as bad. I did try StazOn, Archival and Memento. The Memento and StazOn both gave me grief. This may have been the Archival, and obviously you can punch shapes out. This one I put through an embossing folder. This one I made sort of slightly steampunky, put lots of what do you call it, rub and buff on it. I have a horrible feeling. Oh no, it's alright. I thought I'd made it backwards. But no. This one, I got another stamp from Chocolate Baroque. So I had to try that. So that was just another idea of... But I've used the metallic acrylic. It's okay. It's not brilliant. But that's another idea. Here's one where I stamped, and it was a very delicate stamp, and smaller stamps. There's a number of stamps. And that worked fine. And that's just the photo paper again, so it's definitely a case of experimenting. This one I simply used up all my leftover bits and punched butterflies. This one I got the new, well, it's not new now, but for me it's new. I got the Spellbinders die where you push out the shapes, so I've done that. And then this is the transparency that I've stamped on and fussy cut out to make a flower. This one was the more pastel-y one, and I stamped, and that stamped okay too. So it's really the big black stamps that were causing the real problem, and of course they're the ones that look quite dramatic. Now that's transparency, and you will need brads to hold your transparency on unless somebody else has got some clever way of doing it. But even if you've got an embellishment, you still would need to attach your corners somehow, so I decided brads or eyelets, anything that will fasten the corners like that. These two are transparencies again, and I used white embossing powder, and then the ink goes on the same side as the embossing powder, and then you flip the whole thing over. So that was those two. That's transparency, and I've embossed it to give it the pattern. But the transparency works quite well. And this one I stuck a sticker on my alcohol piece and fussy cut it out. There's a lot of lovely stickers where you can... Oh, there was one other... Yes, this one, I also did that. I stuck a sticker on it and cut out the vase. So that's a few ideas. Another thing I learnt was... the blending solution has this little fine nozzle, and that seems to be crucial. I really wasn't getting much of a result with my homemade blending solution. A baby bottle was suggested, and I've just been trying that, and it was slightly better, but it's really still too much coming out at once. So it isn't a complete replacement for the bought product, but it's a cheaper alternative if you haven't got them and you want to have a play. And I'm ready to move on because I've had enough alcohol ink for the moment. So hopefully that's been helpful, and thanks for watching.